Kal halalim la Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rakakurash, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rakakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, bishops and prophets of Great Millstone, and whom I am a student of in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rakakurash. Just one underlying fact is if you wish to learn more and be greatly edified in the word, be heavily edification, which is coined by the Apostle Gabar of one of the key elders of a Great Millstone. Go into daily edification or any of the Great Millstone channels. Great Millstone GMS Street Ministry. You'll learn a lot. Remnant Save 144, Elder Yashawamba, GMS Chicago, Elder Malcolm, and an array of great prophets and elders there. Just one underlying fact. Okay, now back to what I want to talk about is we all know who Sinbad is, the light-skinned Jake. With the red fro from back in the day of the different world from about 30 years ago. I was a teenager at the time, we used to watch that here in the UK also. In fact, we got all the great shows, The only difference between here and New York, I would say, a lot of people compare London to New York, is I would say the accent and a bit of the slang, because all the slang here is a combination of Israelite foreigner slang combined with, our Israelite brothers, the tribe of Benjamin. A solid combination of that. And so if you want to call it, London could be, or especially London could be like the 51st state. And we got a different world over here. And Sinbad was a stand-up comedian, an actor in all the major movies, working with Arnold Schwarzenegger, making those so-called Christmas movies. He was up there. And I think he used to host was it called Saturday Night the Apollo or something? When the Apollo Theatre, the one in Harlem, I believe. Nevertheless, Sinbad has suffered a stroke. A lot of key figures and a lot of key people, have had strokes, blood clots, due to, the media is not going to really say what the real reason is, because there's an underlying fact that they're hiding and what they want to do. Okay, now I'm talking specifically about the dart to the 19. The dart to the 19. I'll just say that, or the 19. And a lot of people, even key figures, lesser luminaries like Sinbad, have taken it. I sometimes think to myself, don't these guys get the lowdown from, their handlers or whatever? Yeah, don't take it. But I guess, the people at the top don't really give a shit. And they've taken that stuff, where a lot of people and athletes have been dropping dead. Young, strapping males, young, healthy females, athletes, have been dropping dead. And you've got people that are 300-400 pounds eating whatever they like, right? Just staying alive, and because life and death is in the hands of the Most High, right? So, okay. And before I play this video, I was going to go into a few other facts as well. Why did Sinbad have a stroke? Okay, now this was 7 days ago. Okay, the update came 2 years after. And what happened 2 years ago? Okay, 2020, early 2020. Okay, so you know what happened, and that's when the so-called lockdown started. Okay, the update came from 2 years. The update came 2 years after Sinbad had an ischemic stroke after a blood clot traveled from his heart to his brain. His family said after an initially very promising prognosis. However, he developed another blood clot the next day. Okay. Now this all started happening within the period of what's been happening in the world with this C-19, and then obviously with the vaccines that were given. Okay, and a lot of key people, and Sinbad is just a lesser luminary. Okay, he's all part of it. He's made his money. He had his fame and all that kind of thing. He got the um, what do you call it? Forgot the term. He got the I forgot the term. Basically, they've had their time in the sun, right? Award shows, money, movies, everything. It all comes to an end. Okay. Now, in the last 7 days, he's shrunk. He's lost a lot of muscle. He's gone skinny. Because you remember Sinbad back in the day, tall, strapping guy, probably about 6'5", 6'6". Okay, there's a term that's used, because what's the main prize that a lot of the hopeful elect want is, to be on that ship, right, in the first go around, rather than dying on this side. Especially if it's an honorable death. And if it's an honorable death, Lord willing, it's that. That's fine. Like Gad would say, he died a good death. When a Gadite warrior would die. And a lot of these Jakes have sold out for naught. For the crumbs of this world. And in the end, they suffer. They've got to do all sorts of rituals to keep what they have. They're really not happy. They're constantly sedated, or they do whatever they've got to do, to forget about what they have to do, which is either spending money, they do some demonic rituals, or whatever they have to do, certain sexual acts with the same sex. Then afterwards, maybe get a few groupies, some females, and have try and deal with as many as possible, to try and forget about what they did and try and get their manhood back. It doesn't work, and in the end, the demons jump on them, convince them that, okay, let me take these zines, these darts to make myself or protect myself from what's coming. And it doesn't work. In fact, it does the opposite. It's made him worse. Okay. This is from this research has been conducted over since November. Well, the date here is December the 6th, 2021. Obviously, the number here is quadrupled. It's probably even more. Okay, but this is just the fact that it's 69. Okay, why not 70? Why not 75? Why 69? Okay, like the rapper 6ix9ine. They use certain words and codes, but okay, we understand the gist of it, right? Anyway, at least listen, the number is humongous, okay? But this is just showing you the fact that at least 69 athletes collapse in 1 month, many dead, okay? The reports of athletes who suddenly collapse have been increasing noticeably lately. Heart problems such as heart inflammation, okay? And what did he have? Sinbad had a stroke, okay? And the same thing's happening with a lot of athletes. And Sinbad is not an athlete. He was slightly chubby. He was like a fat, skinny guy, right? But he was tall, so he held it well, right? And these guys, the people that are collapsing and dying, having blood clots, heart attacks, are athletes, okay? So the reports of athletes who suddenly collapse have been increasing noticeably lately. Heart problems such as heart inflammation are often the cause. One of the known life-threatening side effects of COVID vaccines, which even the manufacturers themselves warn against. Okay, you got motherfuckers taking the vaccine and then still wearing masks. I even still, you very rarely see someone wearing a mask these days, but when they do, I just look at them thinking, man, are you that retarded? What the hell's wrong with you? You actually believe the bullshit? The current phenomenon is also evident if you simply look on Wikipedia at the list of footballers. Okay, now when they say footballers, they're talking about soccer players. Okay, for you brothers in America or anywhere else around the world who have collapsed and died. The year 2021 stands out with 13 entries so far. In no other year, obviously there's more. Okay, remember this is a study that was done about a year ago. In no other year mentioned have more footballers died during a game, and this list goes back to the year 1889. So it really is a historical event. Okay, the mainstream media is curiously uninterested in this major global story, of course, because the media is controlled by the powers that be, the Amalekites and small hatters. The German online outlet Wochenblick compiled a referenced list of the cardiac incidents in October, while another online outlet, Granite Grok, published a new list of sportsmen collapsing on the field. Other outlets also listed these incidents, with some cases overlapping. But these do not include Filipino professional basketball star Royder Cabrera, who on Wednesday collapsed during a tournament play in Pasig City. The Tribune from the Philippines reported that he had a cardiac arrest. Royder Cabrera later lost consciousness inside the locker room before he was immediately rushed to hospital, where he was diagnosed with fatal arrhythmia, according to a local news. Okay, many top athletes from Europe and the US have reported serious side effects after a COVID jab. I'm just reading it as it says, so I'm not saying anything against the medical world. I'm just reading what you've actually put here on the public, on the World Wide Web. Okay, as you can see, this is not mine. This is nothing from. This is not my presentation. I'm just reading what you have actually stated. Many top athletes from Europe, US have reported serious side effects after the jab for French professional tennis player Jeremy Chardy. It has meant the end of his career. Chardy, formerly ranked 73 in the world, said he is unable to train and play. Since I got my V-ZINE between the Olympics and the US Open, I have a problem. I have serious problems. As a result, I can't train, I can't play. Okay. Icelandic professional footballer, okay, soccer player for Jakes in America, Emil Paulsen, 28, collapsed in the game between his club Sondal IL and Stordels Blink, as reported. A German daily Bild. Paulson collapsed during the game, according to the Norwegian broadcaster NRK and the newspaper Verdens Gang. According to his club, he suffered cardiac arrest and he had to be resuscitated. Okay, see, there's a massive correlation with his blood clots and the heart attacks. Okay, and people dropping dead. And if you saw the news a while back, you even saw a lot of Elamites in the East Indian Army in India. Okay, there's a lot of well, let's just say Elam. There's a lot of other nations amongst them, but let's just say the Indian Army. They were taking the vaccines and they were dropping dead half an hour later. Okay, a lot of soldiers. That's why a lot of soldiers in the American army and other armies around the world refused to take it because they knew what's up. And some refused to take it and even left the force. A lot of police officers in America, it's because some of them have got sense. They might die later, depending on, because life and death is in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Okay, however they're going to go out. Or maybe, the Lord has mercy on some of them. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is, okay, because, like the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge is the stability of the times. Just paraphrasing. I'll go to that scripture in a bit. Okay. This week on November the 24th, in the middle of second half of the game between Reading FC, which is here in the UK, Reading isn't too far from where I live, about 30 odd miles, and Sheffield United. Sheffield player John Fleck, 30, suddenly collapsed on the field due to a cardiac incident and had to be rushed to hospital. Another heart attack. Okay. Just a side note as well, like my ex-wife took the stuff as well, and she was experiencing palpitations, anxiety. She had to be taken to the hospital. She's still okay, but I don't know. Only the Lord knows how long, what the situation is going to be with her. She's no longer my wife, but she's my ex-wife. There's a lot of Jakes that have got ex-wives or wives that have taken it. It is what it is. You warn them, you tell them not to take it, but They believe in, this world. What they say is basically, I'm not worried because what they say is that they're not worried because, they're walking along with everybody else in the world. So if other people are taking it, the government must be right. They actually believe in this effing government. Soccer star from Sheriff Tiraspol, Adam Traore, went down while holding his chest during the Champions League game against Real Madrid on Wednesday night. There you go, another one dropped dead. In Montana, a Park City High School football player, Jed Hoffman, passed away this month, almost 1 week. That's probably in the States. Park City High School, okay, that's probably in America. In October, cardiac and circulatory events on the sports field went through the roof. Below is a shockingly long list of athletes who collapsed last month from heart problems or circulatory disorders, such as strokes. Unfortunately, some of these incidents were fatal for the often very young athletes. The numbers are alarming, especially in view of mandatory COVID shots. Okay. The rest are just names of individuals. I was going to the ages. Over here, you got one athlete here in Italy, 17. You got one here in America, Elias Abu Nassif, 44. You got one here. Okay, no name there. This is in Europe, Ona Kalik. Here you go, another one in Germany, another one in Italy, Belgium, France. So it's pretty much all over the world. Then you got Mexico as well, Alberto Algun. Collapses dead on 9th hole of the tournament in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Message from October 9th, 2021. He was he was a golf caddy. Okay. In England, one game between Ipswich Town and Shrewsbury on October 9, 2021. Professional striker Ryan Bowman, 29, has to be taken off the field after a good half hour of play with extreme cardiac arrhythmias and pulse of 250 and treated with a defibrillator. There you go. Look at that. All these people. There's names of individuals that have died. Okay. And it ends at 69. Okay. What's this? Yeah, okay. And this is from 2020. Washington Post. Young and middle-aged people barely sick with COVID-19 are dying of strokes. Okay, so by 2020, they started giving the first dose from memory. Different countries had different stipulations and rules and all that kind of thing, depending on when they were going to roll out, because they're coming into phase 5. Remember the movie The Fifth Wave? Remember that movie The Fifth Wave, don't you? And the fifth wave of these zines, these vaccines, is coming out next year, because they've got a plan from 2022 to 2023. Okay? Just more news on people dropping dead. And what's a common denominator? What's a common fact is strokes. Just like my man Sinbad. Okay, let's just play that vid. Where is he?
Start with Kevin Frazier at Madame Tussauds New York in Times Square with an update on beloved comedian Sinbad, Kev.
Yeah, Nichelle, Sinbad had a stroke 2 years ago and is learning to walk again. Now his family and close friends are revealing the extent of the damage and his long road to recovery.
I never go through that woe is me. You can turn your life around like this.
What is his condition right now?
He's in the process of rehabbing, learning to walk and talk, learning to enunciate words and get his mobility back.
I spoke exclusively today with Sinbad's longtime friend Phyllis Johnson after his family released these heartbreaking photos of his secret struggle. The 66-year-old was given a 30% chance of survival. Well, we see him in the hospital on a ventilator. We see him working with the walker at physical rehab center. Was there concern that he might not make it?
Yeah, I think that's a concern that everybody had. Now he's on the road to recovery.
Why did he decide to tell fans about the condition now?
I think, Sinbad's very private. He just wanted to wait until he was ready to be at a place and time where he felt comfortable explaining.
Sinbad's family set up a website asking for donations. Quote, the costs of therapy far exceed what insurance covers.
He had a smooth looking brother at the helm.
The star showed signs of the stroke in his last TV appearance on the Donald Glover-led comedy Atlanta. The episode aired just 4 weeks ago. Doing comedy was always crucial to him.
It's just like medicine.
Crucial to him.
It's just like medicine.
4 weeks ago.
I mean, I don't know. If you look at him there, does his face look kind of paralyzed from one side? That's what happens when you take some of that stuff, don't you? Anyways, carry on.
Doing comedy was always crucial to him.
It's just like medicine. It keeps me going every day. And
you got a lot of you got here Sinbad here when he was young and thriving. You know, you got like Justin Bieber. You got a couple of other pop stars as well, where their faces have collapsed from one side. You know, where they're blinking both eyes, but the other eyes isn't corresponding. Only one eye is closing.
I can look at the stupid side of anything, and I think it keeps everything in perspective to me that nothing is really that serious.
The beloved comedian has weathered financial difficulties before, filing for bankruptcy in 2009 and in 2013.
I lost something, my life savings was like $4 million. It was all good. Money is made every day. It's your job to go out and
I was just looking for the term. That face paralysis, when you take the zine, is called Bell's palsy. And there was an Israelite nurse, a so-called black woman, that who actually, she was a nurse who warned about taking the zine. Okay.
get it.
His family is now leading that fight, along with the donation website. They're also allowing fans to purchase Sinbad's first ever collectible action figure. Proceeds go towards his recovery.
There's always a risk of another stroke.
Dr. Shelby Halsey, a stroke recovery expert not involved in Sinbad's case, tells us comprehensive aftercare is vital.
It's going to be a bit challenging, not only the physical, but the emotional. But someone who is extremely motivated, that definitely helps.
He's a fighter, and he has all the right people around him. His wife, Meredith, his children. He's taken all the right steps as far as physical therapy, diet, and everything to make sure that he's ready to go when he steps back out there. He's not giving up.
There you go. I'm just gonna go into another channel as well. I don't know. Okay. Okay. The Patriot Twins. Okay, this has happened to Justin Bieber and a couple of other pop stars as well, and there's numerous of them. What's her name? Liberal actress. 1 second. Liberal. Okay. Okay. Liberal actress says she has Bell's palsy. After, see that? What image is that? But would do it again. Right? Okay, I don't want to play it because I can play main news, but I don't think I can F with this too much. It's just an example. Let me see if I get an image of this individual. There you go. Look at that. Same thing was happening to Justin Bieber as well. Oh my gosh, so lucky for that. Yeah, same thing was happening to Justin Bieber as well. And finding Justin Bieber. There you go. This is from 5 months ago. Okay. Okay. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. A physician is supposed to cure you completely. Okay, but what does a doctor do? The definition of a doctor is to doctor something. And what does a doctor do? Okay, they make up stuff. When you doctor something, it means that you're making up something. Okay, for example, but the slang we used to use as kids is that, oh yeah, my mate can doctor you a fake ID or something like that, which means he can make a fake ID for you. They can doctor it up. You can make anything, you know. So a doctor, just get the definition of it. Sometimes what Esau is doing is taking the definition away of certain names. I mean, not certain, the correct definitions of certain words. Okay, here you go. Doctor, change the content or appearance of a document or picture in order to deceive, falsify the reports could have been doctored. Okay, so a physician is meant to cure you. Okay, a doctor doesn't cure you. Okay, they falsify things. They make you think that you're cured. They'll give you this pharmaceutical drugs. Okay, which is witchcraft. Okay, pharmakia. Okay, or pharmaceuticals, which is witchcraft. Okay, the white pill, the little white devils. Yeah, and what do? They keep you in a circle of destruction. Okay, you take those pills. It heals one thing for a short while, then it makes you ill again. Then you go back to the doctor again. They give you something else that makes you ill. Gives you two more illnesses. Then you go back to them again and again and again and again. So they keep making money, and then also the facilities of the hospital are still being used. Doctors get a salary. You pay the doctor's salary, and the doctors earn their money and do work. Same with dentists. They give you crappy genetically modified foods, sugary foods. Your teeth get damaged. The dentists make money. Do bridges, implants, all that kind of thing. It's the same thing. They're all physicians of no value. Okay, they're all doctors. Okay, to have the term doctor or MD behind your name it means that you're somebody in this world, but it's not. It doesn't mean jack shit in the world to come. Okay. Enter ye, Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Right? Because the straight gate is always narrow. You can't really push past anyone. Okay? There's fire on one side, water on the other. You can either get burnt or you get drowned. Right? But a lot of people don't want to go through the straight gate. They want all their just dues now. People like Sinbad and other artists, that have sold their soul, whatever degree they've gone down, whatever lane they've gone down, they've got the consolation prize, okay? Because they took that wide gate, and the wide gate, right? Okay, that it leads to destruction. And isn't he going through destruction now? He's an Israelite. He doesn't know who he is. Maybe he does, but he hasn't really taken heed to it, because that sort of that sort of faith is only given to certain people, and there's different levels to this. I mean, look at our elders that we learn from. Okay, the apostles and the elder bishops, on down the prophets who we learn from. They're all elders to me. I mean, even the prophets, but I'm talking about the apostles. They're the main elders. They're the heads of Yasharala on planet Earth, under the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, of course. Okay, they're the mouthpiece of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Okay, they've taken heed, but everybody else, like a huge body, like Voltron, has different levels of knowledge, different levels of capabilities. Okay, right? And it's going to move in unison. Okay, and whatever level you get, it's a blessing. Okay, but there's some people out there, like him or other artists, that have sold out and now they're suffering. Maybe the Lord will have some mercy on some of them. I don't know. Only the Lord knows, but I don't think so. Because if you get through this, then the Lord's going to kill you another way. Let's start again. Read it one more time. Matthew 7:13 and 14. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Okay, many are called, few are chosen. First Timothy 6 and 10. The scriptures are not in any particular order. I just pulled them out, according to where my knowledge led me, spiritually, of course. First Timothy 6 and 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And these are the sorrows they pierce themselves with. When you're young and you're strapping, and you've gone through certain hardships, and because of the curses, and what do you want to do? What you understand that all Jake wants to do is do good for his family and do good for himself. Have a beautiful woman or a couple of women, have a nice home, have a nice vehicle, have nice clothes, have nice things for his family and children, and so forth and so on. But they think to themselves, okay, you know what? I can take this one on the chin. I'll do what I've got to do for me to have this life, and I can do it for my family. But in the end, it gets to them because you destroy your soul completely. You pierce yourself with many sorrows. A lot of these artists are sedated all the time. Demons jump on them because they take whatever drugs they're taking, whatever's going on with them, and they actually believe that they got to take certain vaccinations. A lot of these people that are on the higher up, these billionaires, these so-called elites, like Bill Gates' daughter, for example. I mean, she's never even had a vaccine. What I like to, what I like to do, just see in their home where their water gets pumped from, because they get clean water. They actually get real water, just compared to what we have. Grass-fed meat, real eggs, real vegetables, no vaccines. But then they breathe in all the toxic air. Do they take certain, I don't know, do they wear a certain mask at night to sort of block out that toxin air, or pump that filth out of their body? It just makes you think about how they actually really live. And especially the so-called elites, the Illuminati, the Amalekites, Matthew 16:26, for what is a man profited, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? They give their soul for money and riches. Like Tupac would say, and fast car and bitches. He sold his soul for material riches and fast cars and bitches. Pardon my French there, but that's what he actually said in his lyric. And it's true. A lot of them, like, for example, Nicole Kidman, right? The actress, the Australian actress, she doesn't have mirrors in her house because obviously they do certain things to sell their soul. She's an Edomite anyway. But, if Edomites are suffering like that, what about the people of the Lord? They have sometimes demons showing in their eyes because the demon is embedded in their body because of they've sold their soul and done certain gross acts where a demon is in them. And it sometimes shows in their eyes, where their eyes just flip to like those cat eyes. And those are the luminaries to a certain level. Then you got the higher luminaries, then you got lesser luminaries like Sinbad. And he's done what he had to do. The guy made movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. Okay, the guy's been in some major movies. Okay, he was in a fairly solid comedy show called A Different World, and that went on for years, and that was a hit show. And so there's no way you can have that much success, okay? Even though he's not a huge star, but he's a big star, okay? And now, you took the consolation prize, now you're suffering. Because what your main goal should be is wisdom and knowledge. And where does the wisdom and knowledge come from? Where does getting clarity and transparency come from? Of this, it comes from the spiritual realm, from Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Okay, that knowledge comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, from the mouthpieces of the elders and apostles and prophets, and bishops, whom we learn from. Okay, and that's the scriptures. Okay, and most importantly is a name. Acts 4:12. There's only one name under heaven that we must be saved. Okay, and what's this wisdom and knowledge? It's the scriptures, man. You guys don't have wisdom and knowledge. Avoiding the vaccine was the test, man. A test from Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. A lot of people have passed that test, but a bigger test is going to come, which is Jacob's trouble. And then is there going to be obviously the charagma as well, Revelation 13, 16, and 17. Like Elder Kazakia Allah of GMS Page Master. I was about to say GMS Masters. I think that's his page anyway, but I don't think he's posting anything on that. Yeah, GMS Page Master, one of my favorite teachers. He even says that, that the Jakes that are being chastised right now, that are in the truth, whatever level of truth they have, right, are being chastised right now with infirmities, whatever they're going through, right? And that's a test in itself. So when all hell breaks out loose, those Jakes are not going to go through the chastisement no more. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is going to be with him, but obviously you have to still use wisdom. It's still going to be slightly harsh, but it's not going to be as harsh compared to the people, right, that are not in the truth. So the Jakes that aren't in the truth, that don't know about it, that heard about the truth and didn't really give it SHIT, they're going to suffer hard because they don't know what's coming. They just think America's going to go on forever. There's going to be spaceships flying around, and they're going to have, whatever. They're going to think it's like Back to the Future, where they're going to be like hovering cars and all that kind of crap, And it's going to be like America's going to be here forever. They're going to be a YouTube millionaire or whatever. They just want to be in this world. But when all hell breaks loose, I'm talking really breaks loose. Bodies dead in the street. The fifth wave of vaccines coming next year. Because letters are already coming through, from the letters from the doctor's office and hospitals are already coming to each individual's house for the next vaccination dose. Okay, and a lot of people have already taken 3, 4 vaccinations. Now they want you to take 5, 6, 7. Only the Lord knows where it's going to stop. And another thing that should give you knowledge is wisdom and knowledge is on the spiritual side from the scriptures, but also once you learn the scriptures, then you get wisdom and knowledge from the scriptures, right? With the blessing and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rokah HaKodash. You should also get transparency in your eyes. Your spiritual eyes should open up when certain movies are watched. Okay? Certain hand signs, certain words, certain comedy skits that you watch. Because comedy means comida, food for thought. As mentioned by Apostle Gabar of Great Millstone, he said that. And they give a lot of truth, but it goes over people's heads. And movies online such as COVID-20, COVID-22. These movies were coming out 2-3 years ago. But people are still retarded, man. Actually walking around with still masks on right now. This thing happened 2 years ago, but nobody's doing that 6 feet distance crap no more. People are retarded for real. Okay? Jake's going to get it harder. But can you imagine the Edomites and the other nations? They think they're in their power, everything's going to be cool, but they don't realize what's coming. When all hell breaks loose, the elect, whoever they are in the world, they're going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be scary, but that's where faith comes in, right? Hebrews 11 verse 1, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. But you heathens are going to get it, and rightfully so. F you, especially you Edomites, which I can't stand. I hate Esau. I would say number 1 is Esau for me. Then Ishmael and Ham. I can't stand both of you either, man. Then Elam and the rest of the other nations. I can't stand you gooks either, man. Because I've worked for you gooks. And I don't like you Moabites, man. You stink. You stink. A lot of you gooks are Edomites too. You smell like them. Stink. Salaki for digressing there, but Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shemeshah is his treasure. Okay. Read all scriptures. Okay, here we go. Just want to see new vaccine dropped, a new booster ahead of fall. This is American Muslim today. Fuck is this Islam shit there. Let's see what they say. Okay, this is 2022. FDA approves and launches fast-tracked COVID-19 vaccine to protect against Omicron variants. Okay, so it's September, October, November, 2 months ago. Bunch of Ishmaelites here now promoting it for the fall. Okay, let's go back. Planning for 2022-2023 flu and COVID-19 vaccination program. Okay. So they're planning for the fifth wave. And this is the actual terms. Here we go. England NHS. NHS means the National Health Service. Coronavirus guidance for vaccination centres. COVID-19 vaccination program site designation on onboarding process September 2022 to March 2023, phase 5. Okay. Let's go to this movie Fifth Wave. Remember this movie, The Fifth Wave? What happens in it? Look at this image here. A dystopian world. This is from 6 years ago. She goes to school that day, remember? You remember that movie? When she goes to school that day and then all hell breaks loose and there's a guy or something she's interested in and she's going to meet that guy or something after school and he gets killed. The American dream is over. She wakes up that morning, it's still apple pie America, an attractive young blonde girl going to high school and all that kind of shit. And then by the end of the day, it's like this. The fifth wave. Fifth wave. Phase 5. Phase 5 is coming. So this was a test, man. A lot of Jakes that haven't taken this zine, right? That was a test that a lot of Jakes passed, man. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, more are going to come. Okay? So continue to jump over those hurdles, man. And may Yahweh Shemeshah be with us. Okay? But don't take that zine and don't take that karagma. Okay? Because Job 13:4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. You think Esau tells the truth? Esau's never told you the truth. You thought he called Jake black. You're black. You're black. You're black. The term black and white came out in the 1500s. 1538, I believe. I think Elder Malcolm of Great Millstone, Chicago, brought that news knowledge out. A very diligent elder, does a lot of research. The Spirit of the Lord, is amazing. Works amazingly with that elder. He brought that knowledge out, that news out, Salakia. Because the color is not a fact in terms of who you are in this world, because the whole world is brown, man. Okay, it's only Esau that doesn't have the melanin, and then on the flip side, you got Israelite foreigners amongst everyone, because Jake likes to lie down women of other nations, and our children coming out look like everybody. You understand? Through all the many numerous captivities, travel, migration. So get ready, it's gonna come. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, this zine is a whole lot of bullshit. Okay. And what's the common denominator, man? Is they all getting heart palpitations, okay? erratic heartbeats, blood clots, strokes, heart attacks. And when did Sinbad's heart issue start? 2 years ago. And what happened 2 years ago? The 19 started, and then the vaccines were given out. Okay? Which has led to a lot of people getting Bell's palsy. A lot of artists and stars have got that as well. Okay? And I'm sure a lot of you that are in the know did see that video with the Jake nurse saying she got Bell's palsy, and she said not to take it. People are taking it. You motherfuckers have got a third strand of DNA. You guys are basically robotoids to a certain degree. Okay, you guys are antennas. When they press that button, you're going to switch. This is what I believe that they do, the elites. They give a whole lot of zines, right? Some with a real ish, some with saline, some with a stronger doses to kill you. So basically, they want to wipe a lot of you out, which they give to a lot of melanated communities, mainly the Israelites, and also in areas where they believe there's a lot of Israelite foreigners. Then they give a lot of the ones with the antenna vibe, where they want you to be a zombie. They give that, and they give the saline to the Edomites. So there's a mixed bag, and it's like basically like betting. They probably sit in the ivory towers thinking, okay, we've given these doses today, these 100,000 doses in this part of England, or this part of America, or this part of China, or this part of India, or this part of Australia. How many got? I bet you $2 million or $3 million. How many are going to die today, or how many are going to, how many zombies we're going to have in that area, whatever. They do shit like that, man. This is fun for them, because when you have all the money in the world, and all the drugs in the world, and all basically anything at your fingertips, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? Is snuff movies, death, adrenochrome, betting on people's lives. You've seen the movie Hostel, right? That's an example. That's what they do. Okay? And with this vaccine, it's the same thing, man. Straight up. Straight up. And those of you that have taken it and are suffering now, hey, that was your lot. Okay? But I believe some of you are also going to be saved as well, where a lot of brothers will get spiritual power, and they'll be able to pull that poison out of you, just to show the power of Yahweh Hashem Yashar on earth. Okay? So some of you will possibly get a second chance. Israelites only I'm talking about, not you heathens. You heathens, F you, and good riddance to you. Especially you Edomites. I hate you MFers with a passion. Okay? It's because I keep saying Esau. I'm only saying Esau because I don't like you motherfuckers, man. You crackers, man. I can't stand you, man. I don't like looking at you. I don't like sitting next to you on the train. I don't like walking past you. And the other nations, I hate you too. All praises, honor, glory, and blessings of power be unto Abanoah Yahweh, Alahai Noah, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, and blessings unto the elect, whoever they are in the world. Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom. Fifth wave is coming.